This is Mamuni. Thank you so much for being Amar Baba.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to discuss how to solve an adjusted trial balance problem. So let's get started. Chalo, shuru kara jak. Let's go through the problem. This is an unadjusted trial balance or a normal trial balance. What is the difference between an unadjusted or a normal trial balance and adjusted trial balance? In a normal trial balance, there will be no adjustments or additional information below the trial balance. But in adjusted trial balance, there will be additional information or adjustments. Okay. So let's go through the problem. Trial balance as on 31st March 2022. The following is a trial balance which has been incorrectly drawn up. So this is a incorrect trial balance. The name of accounts are given here. The amounts of debit column are given here and the amounts of credit column are given here. The total of debit column is 55,000 and the total of credit column is 55,000. So the trial balance did tally because the total of debit column is equal to the total of credit column. But the accounts must have been posted wrongly. হয়তো কিছু অ্যাকাউন্টস সেটা ডেবিট হওয়ার কথা সেটাকে ক্রেডিট করা হয়েছে বা কিছু অ্যাকাউন্টস সেটাকে ক্রেডিট করার কথা সেটাকে ডেবিট করা হয়েছে. So let's go through the adjustments also because there are adjustments also. They must have omitted those adjustments or additional information. Let's go through it. As well as the mistakes evident above, the following errors were also discovered. So let's go through the errors. Number one adjustment. So the number one adjustment is a payment of rupees 400 made to a creditor had not been posted from the cash book into the purchases ledger. তার মানে ক্রেডিটরকে 400 পেমেন্ট করা হয়েছিল সেটা ক্রেডিটরের থেকে ডিডাক্ট করা হয়নি. Number two, a check for rupees 1500 received from a customer had been correctly entered in the cash book but posted to customer's account as 1000. A check for rupees 1500 received from a customer কিন্তু সেটা কি করা হয়েছে? Instead of 1500 they have recorded as 1000. Okay. Number three, a purchase of fittings rupees 600 had been included in the purchases account. Number four, the total of discounts allowed column in the cash book of rupees 4100 has not been posted into the general ledger. So discounts allowed post kora hoyni. We'll have to record discount allowed also. Number five, a page of the sales day book was correctly totaled as rupees 3500 but had been carried forward as rupees 3000. 3500 রেকর্ড না করে সেটাকে 3000 রেকর্ড করা হয়েছে. ওকে. নাম্বার 6, the amount of drawings had been omitted. তার মানে কি? The balancing figure will be drawings because drawings had been omitted. That means credits at total will be greater than debits at total and the trial balance won't tally because there will be a balancing figure. Drawings will be the balancing figure. That means drawings has a debit balance. That means the credit side total will be greater than the debit side's total. So let's see the first account. The first account is capital 10,000 which has been incorrectly written in the debit column. Since capital has a credit balance, capital should have been written in the credit column. So let's rectify capital and let's write 10,000 in the credit column. Okay. Capital has a credit balance and that is the reason we are writing 10,000 in the credit column. Why capital has a credit balance? Because capital comes under personal account. According to personal account, the giver of the benefit is credit. Here, the proprietor is the giver of capital. So capital account will be credited. Understood? Now let's see the next account. Debit column. The next account is debtors. Debtors has been wrongly written in the credit column 25,000. Debtors should have been written in the debit column because debtors has a debit balance. So let's rectify debtors So we cannot write debtors as 25,000. We'll have to adjust and then we'll have to write the final amount. So debtors 1500 received from a customer. So we should deduct 1500 from the total of debtors. Instead, they have only deducted 1000. That means 500 more will be deducted. মানে কি চেক পেয়েছে ডেটারের থেকে 1500, কাস্টমার মিন্স ডেটেড, একটা কাস্টমারের থেকে 1500 চেক পেয়েছে কিন্তু সেটা ভুল করে রেকর্ড করেছে অ্যাজ 1000, তার মানে 500 কম লিখেছে। তার মানে ডেটারের থেকে আমি অলরেডি 1500 রিসিভ করেছি কিন্তু আমি দেখাচ্ছি কি আমি 1000 রিসিভ করেছি, তার মানে আমি 500 কম লিখেছি। তার মানে আমাকে কি করতে হবে, সাবট্রাক্ট করতে হবে 500 should have been less. What is my job? I have to deduct 500 more because আমি 1000 only deduct করেছি instead of 1500, so I'll have to deduct 500 more. Okay, by mistake we have written 25,000. We cannot write 25,000, so we'll first adjust. So we'll first write in a bracket 25,000. Debtors এর থেকে আমি একটা 1500 এর চেক পেয়েছিলাম কিন্তু আমি কি রেকর্ড করেছি as 1000, তার মানে আমি 500 কম রেকর্ড করেছি। তার মানে 1500 এর জায়গায় আমি 1000 লিখেছি, তার মানে আমাকে আরও মাইনাস কত করতে হবে 500। সো আমাকে এইভাবে দেখাতে হবে I had received 1500 বাট আমি লিখেছি 1000, তো আমাকে কত মাইনাস করতে হবে, আমাকে আরও 500 মাইনাস করতে হবে কারণ আমি 1000 only মাইনাস করেছি। So in bracket you'll have to write of 25,000 থেকে আর কত ডিডাক্ট করতে হবে 500 because 1000 I have already recorded, instead of 1500 I have recorded 1000, তো আমি 500 কম রেকর্ড করেছি, তার মানে আমাকে 500 আরও ডিডাক্ট করতে হবে। So we'll have to write যেটা পেয়েছো 1500 আর আমি যেটা ভুল করে রেকর্ড করেছি 1000, তার মানে আরও কত মাইনাস করতে হবে 1500 minus 1000 500. So 25,000 minus 500 will give you 24,500. Okay, 24,500. Why debtors is a debit balance? Because debtors falls under personal account. According to personal account, the receiver of the benefit is debit. Here, debtor is the receiver of the benefit. So debtors will be debited. Understood? Let's see the next account. The next account is furniture and fittings 3,000. Furniture and fittings has been correctly written in the debit column. But I guess there is an adjustment for furniture and fittings. Let's go through it. Before posting 3,000 in the debit column because furniture has a debit balance. First, let's go through the adjustment. Because after adjustment only we can post the final amount in the debit column. Okay. Number 3. A purchase of fitting 600 had been included in the purchases account. ভুল করে কি করেছে, ফার্নিচারে 600 পারচেজেস অ্যাকাউন্টে রেকর্ড করেছে কিন্তু ফার্নিচারে রেকর্ড করেনি, তার মানে কি হবে, তার মানে হবে ফার্নিচারে আমাকে প্লাস 600 অ্যাড করতে হবে আর পারচেজ থেকে 600 লেস করতে হবে, ইজি। সো লেটস রাইট 600 ইন ফার্নিচার অ্যাকাউন্ট। ফার্নিচার অ্যান্ড ফিটিংস কত ছিল, ফার্নিচার অ্যান্ড ফিটিংস 3,000, which has been correctly written 3,000, which has been correctly written in the debit balance, but they have forgot to adjust the additional information. 3,000 plus 600, that means 3,600. Why furniture and fittings has a debit balance? Because furniture and fittings comes under real account. According to real account, what comes in is debit. Here, when the business purchased furniture and fittings comes into the business. So furniture and fittings will be debited. Understood? So let's see the next account. The next account is creditors 20,000. It has been wrongly written in the debit column, so we have to rectify creditors. But we can't write 20,000 in the credit column. First we have to go through the adjustment. I guess there is an adjustment for creditors also. Okay. See, creditors. A payment of 400 made to a creditor had not been posted from the cash book into the purchases ledger. So creditor 400 deduct করতে ভুলে গেছে, তাহলে কি করতে হবে, creditor আমাকে 400 deduct করতে হবে। Let's do it. তার মানে কি 400 আমি ক্রেডিটারকে পেমেন্ট করেছি কিন্তু পোস্ট করা হয়নি, তার মানে 400 আমি ক্রেডিটারকে দিলাম, ক্রেডিটার ওটা তো লেস করবে, সেটা করেনি, তাহলে 400 লেস করতে হবে ক্রেডিটারের থেকে। লেটস ডু ইট। Creditors is 20,000 which has been wrongly written in the debit column. Since creditors as a credit balance will have to write 20,000 in bracket minus 400. So let's write. So creditors 20,000 minus 400. So 20,000 minus 400, 19,600. Why creditor has a credit balance? Because creditors falls under personal account. According to personal account, the giver of the benefit is credit. Here, creditor is the giver of the benefit. So creditors will be credited. Understood? Now let's see the next account. The next account is cash, which has been correctly written in the debit column because cash has a debit balance and there is no adjustment for cash. So we can straight away write cash in the debit column as 5,000. So let's write cash 5,000. Why we are writing 5,000 in the debit column? Because cash has a debit balance. Because cash comes under real account. According to real account, what comes in is debit. Here, from the business point of view, cash comes into the business. So cash will be debited. Okay. The next account is sales. Sales, which has been correctly written in the credit column 30,000, but still we can't write 30,000 in the credit column straight away because there is an adjustment for sales. So let's go through the adjustment first. Number 5. A page of the sales daybook was correctly total 3,500 but had been carried forward as 3,000. তার মানে কি সেলসে টোটাল কত ছিল 30,000, তার সাথে কত অ্যাড হয়েছে, সেল আরো হয়েছে কত 3,500, কিন্তু কি করেছি আমরা 3,500 না লিখে লিখেছি 3,000, তবে সেল টোটাল সেলস হয়েছে 30,000, আরো অ্যাডিশনাল সেলস হয়েছে 3,500, বাট আমরা 3,500 না লিখে কত লিখেছি, আমরা লিখেছি 3,000, তার মানে 3,500 এর জায়গায় আমি 3,000 লিখছি, দ্যাট মিনস 3,500 মাইনাস 3,000 মিনস 500 কম লিখেছি, তাহলে আমাকে কি করতে হবে, অ্যাড করতে হবে 30,000 প্লাস 500 সেলস আরো হবে, বিকজ টোটাল সেলস ছিল 30,000 প্লাস অ্যাডিশনাল সেলস হলো 3,500, তাহলে লেখার কথা কি 30,000 প্লাস 3,500, কিন্তু লিখেছি কি 30,000 প্লাস 3,000, তার মানে কত কম লিখেছে 3,500 মাইনাস 3,500, তাহলে 3,000 ওরা রেকর্ড করেছে, তাহলে কম রেকর্ড হয়েছে 500 অনলি, তাহলে আমাকে লিখতে হবে একদম ইনিশিয়ালি যে সেলসটা ছিল টোটাল সেলস 30,000 প্লাস 500, কি করে 500, 3,500 মাইনাস 3,000, বিকজ 3,500 অ্যাডিশনাল সেলস হয়েছিল কিন্তু সেই জায়গায় লিখেছে 3,500 কম লিখেছে, তাহলে 3,500 মাইনাস 3,000, তাহলে 500 এক্সট্রা আমাকে লিখতে হবে। সো লেটস রাইট সেলস 30,000 প্লাস 3,500 লেখার কথা ছিল কিন্তু লিখেছে 3,000, তাহলে 500 আরও আমাকে অ্যাডিশনাল সেলস অ্যাড করতে হবে কারণ 500 কম লিখেছে, পোস্ট করেছে কম, 3,500 লেখার কথা কিন্তু লিখেছে অনলি 3,500 should have been recorded but they have recorded only 3,000, so 500 কম লিখেছে, so 30,000 অরিজিনাল সেলস প্লাস অ্যাডিশনাল সেলস 3,000 রেকর্ড করেছে, তো 3,500 করেনি, তাহলে 500 কম রেকর্ড করেছে, তো প্লাস 500 because 3,500 minus 3,000 means plus 500, so 30,500. Why sales is credit? Because sales comes under real account as well as nominal account. According to real account, when goods are sold, goods go out from the business, so sales account will be credited. According to nominal account, all incomes and gains credit. Here, when goods are sold, cash comes into the business. So, sales is an income for the business. So, sales account will be credited. Understood? Let's see the next account. The next account is purchases. Purchases has a debit balance which has been correctly written in the debit column. 15,000. But there was an adjustment. Do you remember? Furniture and fittings is 600. না রেকর্ড করে কোথায় লিখেছে, ফার্নিচার ফিটিংস কিনেছিল 600, ওটা ফার্নিচার অ্যান্ড ফিটিংসে অ্যাড না করে কোথায় লিখেছিল, পারচেজেসে। পারচেজে ভুল করে রেকর্ড করেছিল, তাহলে পারচেজ থেকে -600 করতে হবে, বিকজ ওটা ফার্নিচার অ্যান্ড ফিটিংসে আসবে। তো ফার্নিচার অ্যান্ড ফিটিংসে তো আমরা লিখে দিয়েছি সি, ফার্নিচার অ্যান্ড ফিটিংসে আমরা 600 লিখেছি, কিন্তু ওটা ভুল করে কোথায় রেকর্ড করেছিল, পারচেজেসে। তো লেটস ডিডাক্ট 600 from purchases. Okay, let's go through the adjustment once again. See, number 3, purchases of fittings 600 had been included in the purchases account. Fittings টা 600 কিনেছিল, কিন্তু সেটা ফার্নিচার অ্যান্ড ফিটিংস অ্যাড না করে পারচেজেসে অ্যাড করে দিয়েছিল ভুল করে। আমরা ফার্নিচার অ্যান্ড ফিটিংস অ্যাকাউন্টটা রেকটিফাই করেছি অ্যান্ড 600 অ্যাড করে দিয়েছি, কিন্তু পারচেজেস অ্যাকাউন্ট এখনো আমরা রেকটিফাই করিনি। তো পারচেজেসে 600 ভুল করে অ্যাড করা আছে, যেটা ফার্নিচার অ্যান্ড ফিটিংসের জন্য কেনা হয়েছে, তো সেটা আমাদের 600 লেস করতে হবে। ওকে, সো লেটস সি আমরা কি কি করলাম অ্যাডজাস্টমেন্ট। নাম্বার 1, পেমেন্ট অফ 400 মেড টু আ ক্রেডিটর had been posted from the cash book into the purchase ledger. হয়ে গেছে, done. Number 2, a check for rupees 1500 received from a customer had been correctly entered in the cash book but posted to customer's account as 1000. This is also done. Number 3, a purchase of fitting 600 had been included in the purchases account. So let's deduct 600 from purchases. Purchases. How much was purchases? Let's say purchases 15,000. See, purchases 15,000. 15,000 minus 600, which has been wrongly recorded. 600. 15,000 minus 600 will give you 14,400. Why purchases has a debit balance? Because purchases comes under real account as well as nominal account. According to real account, what comes in is debit. Here, when goods are purchased, goods come into the business. So purchases account will be debited. According to nominal account, all losses and expenses debit. Here, when goods are purchased, cash goes out from the business. So purchases is an expense for the business. So purchases account will be debited. Let's see the last account. The last account is discount received, which has been wrongly written in the debit column, because discount received has a credit balance and it should have been written in the credit column. So let's rectify and straight away write discount received in the credit column, because there is no adjustment for discount received. Okay. Discount received 2000. 2000. Discount received has a credit balance, and that is the reason we have written 2000 in the credit column. Why discount received is credit? Because discount received falls under nominal account. According to nominal account, all incomes and gains credit. Here, discount received is an income for the business. So, discount received will be credited. Understood? Now, let's go through the adjustment. Number 4, total of discounts allowed column in the cash book 4100 has not been posted into the general ledger. So, discount allowed omit kore geche. So, we'll have to record 4100 in the adjusted trial balance as discount allowed. So, let's record discount allowed 4100. Why discount allowed has a debit balance? Because discount allowed falls under nominal account. According to nominal account, all losses and expenses debit. Here, discount allowed is an expense for the business. So, discount allowed will be debited. Understood? Now, let's go through the last adjustment. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, we have finished. Number 5, a page of the sales day book was correctly totaled as rupees 3,500. But had been carried forward as rupees 3,000. We have done this. Number 6, the amount of drawings had been omitted. That means what? The balancing figure will be drawings. They have omitted to write drawings. So we'll have to record drawings also, but they have not given us the amount of drawings. So drawings will be the balancing figure. Common sense. Okay. So let's record drawings. Drawings. This is drawings will be, so drawings will be the balancing figure or BAL fig. So drawings will be the balancing figure. So now let's calculate the total of debit column and the total of credit column. The total of credit column is 62,100 and the total of debit column is 51,600. That means the total of credit column is greater than the total of debit column. So we'll have to write the total of credit column. যেটা বড় আমাদের সেটাই লিখতে হয়. So now what is the balancing figure? The difference will be treated as drawings. The total of credit column is 62,100 and the total of debit column is 51,600. So if we deduct 51,600 from 62,100, then we'll get the difference. What is the difference? The difference is 10,500. So this 10,500 will be treated as drawing. So the balancing figure will be drawings. Okay. Now you see the trial balance did tally because the total of debit column is now 62,100. After writing drawings 10,500, the total of debit column is 62,100, which is equal to the total of credit column 62,100. Understood? I hope you understood. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your precious time. I sincerely hope this was helpful. And before I fade out, please remember, love all, hate none. Please spread love all around because hatred is heavy. Let it go. Bye-bye. Take care, stay safe and stay blessed always.